somebody get quotes from each other as well.
Coach, let's take questions. Do me a favor, raise your hand. I'm calling you, please. Questions? Right here.
John, what do you think of Tyrese's performance, given the setting, playing the #1 team?
I didn't start him because I told him I wanted you to come in firing. And I said, I want you to watch what's happening, and then you get in there and you let it go. Early on, he wasn't. Then he got into it and he started putting him in ball screens and doing different things that I've seen him do. What's made him better, I don't know if he said this, but he has to against Ashton every day.
He did
Like,
say.
it's ridiculously hard. Like, he gets demoralized at times, and I keep telling him, there's no defender like this kid. And if you can get baskets and play and keep pace to the game, fast when you want it, slow, you're going to be fine. He's laughing after. He said, boy, the game's a lot easier than our practice going against that kid. So I'm really happy for him. You know, we have to find a couple different guys if we need a basket. Like, I love the fact that we shot 39% today and won. Like, those are my games. And because we guarded. We started the second half, got sloppy, guarding, gave them a couple baskets, and they're good. Tommy and I said after, neither one of us played great. I mean, we just made a couple plays late, and they didn't. But, you know, my hope would be, you know, late, we're playing them again. Like late, like two of us left. It would be great, because I'm a big fan of Tom and the program and their kids, and Cassius is a terrific young man. So.
How important is your length, John? I mean, this team seems like you have longer wings, maybe than you've had in the past, or more longer wings, and you've got length up front. It just seems like it's a longer team overall.
But you have to be tough. And toughness isn't pushing and shoving. Toughness is playing before your man catches it, getting on a body before the ball hits the rim, setting a great screen and not moving, being down, accepting a screen and running your man into screens, diving on the floor, taking charges, not being late, staying in a stance, sustaining stuff. It takes toughness. And young kids, it's hard. But what I loved is people saw Khalil guard like he's never... People from here watched him play defense and couldn't believe it was the same guy. And I said, you missed some shots, but you played so great defensively, don't worry about it. I told Keon, you shot an air ball late, but it doesn't matter. If you rebound and fight, that stuff happens. But they're normal freshmen. That stuff hits them a little bit, but we could play three guards at times. But I thought Nate Stata saved us because EJ got hurt. Nick had been, I don't know how many minutes, and I can't see this. They make these things really small now.
25.
So if he had how many minutes?
25.
Yeah, there's no way he should have played 25 minutes. He hadn't done anything. And when did we play Georgetown? How long ago?
9 days ago.
So he literally hadn't done anything in 10 days. So for him to play that many minutes and he fought through, it was really good to see.
Matt?
John, Tyree scored more points in the debut than any other freshman you've had previously. Did you find yourself wowed?
At Kentucky?
At Kentucky.
In an opening game.
Yeah, I think that was second most ever by a debut for a Kentucky player in the program's history. Did you find yourself wowed by what he did tonight? Even though you've been working with him obviously for months here, but what you saw on the stage?
What I saw today is what I saw in high school. I have not seen it to this point. But these guys will tell you, I keep it real. Like, I'm in practice. Where's the sniper that I recruited? Can't make a jump shot. You're not even making free throws. You're missing layups. You're playing timid. You're sprinting when you should jog. You're jogging when you should sprint. And a lot of it was based on him having to go against Ashton. But the 2 days prior to this, all I talked about was, you be that sniper. Play. We need you to get baskets for us. And I told him, I'm not going to start you. Let these guys get in, and then you're going to get in. But I've done this with Shea. I've done it with Jamal. I've done it with 5 or 6 other guys that I've coached. You know, but I'm happy for him. He is the greatest kid. He's like Jamal Murray with the smile. He smiles like Ashton steals the ball from him. He's smiling. What are you smiling about? Don't smile. Be mad. Make a face. Do something. He just smiles. I'm good, coach. You know, he's a great kid.
John, there was a period late with the game pretty much in doubt that you had Tyrese out there by himself and Ashton sitting? Was that just to get Ashton rest?
He was hurt. His leg has been bothering him for about 4 or 5 days. But he's such, I don't know if you saw whoever we played, he got knee kicked in the head. And if you saw it, you would have said, wow. And he just kind of bounced up and go, he is really tough. For him to say his leg is bothering him, and we had the MRI, we've done everything, there's nothing there. It's more of a strain, a muscle thing. And I just kept telling him, look, take yourself out, tell me when you're ready to go. And that last free throw he made, he looked at me like, take me out, and EJ ran out. So he stayed on the court. But he's a really mentally, physically tough kid.
Coach, you mentioned maybe playing 3 guards. How much do you like that small lineup, and how tough it would be for opponents to defend that?
Well, we got to figure out how we play offensively, because I didn't like what we did offensively. I mean, I'd like to do some dribble drive stuff from it, where you have all these perimeter guys that can also shoot. But we just have to, we've had 20, most of our practices, I hope you see that we've tried to make it about defense, because we got all freshmen. And we're trying to get them to buy into how you have to play to win big-time games.
John, what do you think it says about Tyrese that Michigan State came back, they competed, final minute, I think it was a 1-possession game, he hits the big 3 there?
That says he's a pretty good player. A lot of courage.
How different are you feeling from a year ago when I remember I asked you the question about your worst loss, I think, in Kentucky, and tonight?
Well, I told these guys, look, I've been on all sides of this. We beat Kansas by 106 one year. We beat, I think we were up on UCLA 55-7. We got beat by 68 last year. In all those years of what we're talking about, at the end of the year, we were one of those teams, and that's all this is. This was a learning experience for all 4 teams here. And it's like you're learning about your team. And I grabbed Norby Williamson and I said, Norby, there are other games on November 5th now. Can't we move this a week back and let us all get 2 games in before we have to walk into this arena and this venue and have these young kids have to perform? And they're not as good as this game, though, for ESPN. So
Don't you think this is good, though, for college basketball to start off?
What's good for college basketball, if we start playing in August, each of us gets 7 days, play against each other in exhibition games in August when it's down, and we bring back this, like spring football. We do college basketball in August. I've been begging for it for years. We have the NBA Summer League, we have 3-on-3, we have the $2 million league, we have all this. That would pump up. There's nothing going on in August. You could go the first 10 days of August, maybe the last couple days of July. Every weekend, for weekends, you give SEC, the ACC, all these television networks get content. You could have a quadruple header, play 4 games in Atlanta. Here we go. I mean, and they're all exhibition games. And they're in August, when people want to watch, fans want to be there. But then they would say, well, how does that benefit Kentucky? It must be a benefit to Kentucky. Why? I'm not for it, he's for it. I'm just saying, we got to do something, because everyone is overtaking what college basketball is. And this is a great event, but then what happens next? We just need to build the whole thing to where people are watching. And I say this, so we use August to go on foreign tours, which were all about, it was for academics, education. No one cared. They got 10 days of practice and they took a team. If the player said, hey, I want to go, stop, we're playing tonight, you're not doing anything. It's just about playing, so let's all play. Why have 25 teams play? Let every team play. Or you don't even play scrimmages. But we play in August to get our sport started even before football.
John, I'm resisting the urge to ask you, why not come out strongly against August?
If I did it, we would start.
Yes.
It would be, it's like, who's the kid that said about we're starving? And they gave us the kids food? Yeah, so he said we're starving, and within a week, we all of a sudden were giving them food. I'm telling you, I'd hate that August thing. That would be the worst thing. Don't even think about August.
Now, the real question, please. You don't play a team like Michigan State for several
Good,
weeks now.
good.
What do you hope to get
Good.
accomplished in those next 4 or 5
I
months?
need Khalil and Keon. I mean, can you imagine their first game out of the boat here they play? How about Johnny Juzang didn't play in the second half? How about we play different lineups where we play a smaller line? It gives me a chance to get all these kids to play and figure out who. My job is to help each of these kids. I'm not just coaching 5. So how I do that is in these other games now following up. Now, we could lose those games. I'll be honest, I don't even know who we play next. I knew we had to. Who is it?
Eastern Kentucky.
Okay, we're good?
The men's.